Top 5 high-risk crypto altcoin gems that could 100 to 1000x. This and more coming up in today's video. Starting in 3, 2, 1... He's the king of crypto, da 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 da, king of crypto, da 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 da, king of crypto, da da. Let him show what he can do, da 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 da. Would you like to learn what are the top 5 high-risk altcoin gems that could 100 to 1000x your money in the next crypto bull market? I am expecting for the next bull market to bring in violent money flow from institutional investors, which is going to make retail investors also FOMO in and make prices skyrocket to the biggest gains we have ever seen in a bull market. And I believe that is coming in the next bull market. So how could you turn $1,000 into $100,000 or $1 million? All of that and more coming up in today's video. Here with me, the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1000x altcoins. I have done it plentiful times of amounts in the past, and I am confident I'm going to be identifying and have already identified many fantastic cryptocurrencies that can make you insane amounts of money in the next bull market. I have called some of the best way before they were known. I called Phantom, I called Hex, I called Quant, I called Solana, I called Matic. All of these I called when no one else was talking about them, and they went on to make supreme gains. And I'm confident of doing the same thing next time. So if you love content like this, make sure that you encourage me by smashing a like on the video. All you need to do is just literally look at that thumbs up, smash it, make it animate in front of you, and that would help me a lot. Also, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to me so that you don't miss out on live videos from me, the Suppoman, the man who is what I would say, the king of crypto. Well, you are really blowing your own trumpet today. So, before I move on to the amazing stuff, let me say hi to you guys, because I'm sure you've been all waiting for me to come live with a video for a while. So, I am doing it on YouTube, not on Twitch. So, let's see how it goes. If it does well, if I get 500 viewers, then I will consider just staying on YouTube and doing live videos. Otherwise, I will undoubtedly just keep doing them on Twitch. So, we have got Rita, Patrick, Caesar, Capil, CC, Ray. Let me just make sure you can hear me, okay? Because I could have been silent this whole time, and that would be embarrassing. Yes, you can. You can hear me. Right, okay. Dan the Crypto Man, Jeffrey VV, Roald, Sasa, Mohammed, Hex Hammer. In the meantime, let me just put the crypto prices in the background so that you've got something interactive to see. John Ray, Crypto Knight Nat, Vic 1000X, Mr. Marvin, Bitcoin, Roald, Yasmin T, AD Tran Family, Lawrence, Harry, STR, EG Clipped You, Steve Agben, Fail Generation, Garrett, Lindsay, Joe Bars. Oh, wow. What the hell? It just jumped. John Luis, El Nika Man. Good to see you. Michael Ford, Mudhog, VinDXB, Bitcoin, Rush Iowa, Alex, Dejan, Ivan, Quincy Lucas, Carl Barnett, Naina, Lindsay Clark, SSP, Jack Baldry, Carl, Hurricane Hicks, Nico Bamens, Nature, Monksad, Vlad, Tony, Let's Go Crypto, Gallium Infotech, Rayman, Neil McNicholas, Eusebio. What a name, Eusebio. Awake as Jedi, Alicia, Steve Nen, Pappy Check, H. Corolla, Discover 786, Jack Baldry, Matt Sarnoble, Essaby, 1, Jeff, Sando, Shantanu, Kimon, Ali and the House, FC Pantera. Any relation to Pantera Capital? Okay. And Ratner. Okay, people, so you will have undoubtedly today seen this tweet from me. I'm sure, because a lot of people have been messaging me privately about this. What's the coin, Suppo? And I mean, like, people, not like normal investors, people that are well connected. Because I said this, in 2017, I found Ethos, which you'll remember if you've been in Team Suppo since way back when, and you're in my Facebook group, you would have gotten into Ethos at 5 cents, and 2.5 cents if you actually waited a little bit. And then that went to $14, which was a 320x. And then in 2019, the newer bull market, you will remember that I was the first person to talk about Matic. And it did 1000x, which was my best, I would say, my most quality gain of to date. Because I have got MetaVPad, which did better. But that was kind of like, it flashed to a 1260x. Stayed above a 1000x for a while. But I would say that Matic was the easier to catch the 1000x. So my skill is finding the gems before they're spoken about. And I do think I've got a real sweet one. Sweet Arbitrum Aptos. They're already popular. Everybody knows about them. Everybody's already talking about them. All the big channels have already picked them up. It's kind of like, yes, they are new. And yes, they can do 100x if because a lot of the big channels were also talking about meme coins in the last bear market, and they still 100x. You know, even Ethereum 50x'd in the last bear to bull market. So, I mean, good 50, 100x's can be achieved. You wait long enough, get an optimal price, sell at what I regard will probably be a very violent exit price. That can be done. But the absolute best is a cryptocurrency nobody really knows about, nobody's really touching, isn't already a super mega, you know, large cap, high mid cap, or even a very, very high low cap. And low cap is basically just a little bit below 250 million. So to me, that's still quite high. So I'm talking about cryptocurrencies that are not even at that 250 and ideally at 50 million. So keep posted. What I have said, if you are already a member of my DCA Telegram group, I have already said, not what the coin is, but I've already said that the first people to find out will be in my Telegram group. So it's not $12.99. In the description, you will see a link to get it for $9.99. And then what you do is you go down to the last lecture, which is my buy announcements Telegram group. You go in there, gives you the link, you go to my private channel. That is where I'm going to share it. And I am going to share it before I share it with anyone. All right, so you are literally in the know in this group. I essentially treat this Telegram group like I treat YouTube and Twitter. I kind of say my thoughts on there. I don't say it, you know, in more popular places where I'd get more likes and social proof. I say it here because I like a nice intimate setting, an intimate group of people where I let you know what my thoughts are on the market, where I think it's going, and also ultimately and most importantly what coins I'm buying at what price and how much I'm DCAing into those coins. And I have been doing that on a very consistent basis. So if you want to be in the know, that Telegram group, it's literally a case of link in the description and then you can go into it. In fact, no, I don't think I can actually. Bear with me. No, never mind. I was going to share it in there, but it's not Bitcoins. Yeah. Anyway, so and there is a little hint in there as well, but it's only little, so don't join it just to get the little hint. So anyway, yes. So yeah, that is what I want to do. At the end of the day, it's a bear market. I always come out with gems. Matic was one, Chainlink was another. Nobody was talking about them. They both made megarific gains. Obviously, Solana was another. So I came up with some good ones, and you know, I'm not really in the market for looking at low risk, asymmetrical risk cryptocurrencies. You know, ones where you get in, you make a, you know, probably a 5, 10, 20x, which is what you would be doing essentially with most of the kind of top 20. I don't like that. What I like is very high risk. That's my appetite. I like high risk. I would rather put 3 lots of 10,000 into 3 coins, 2 of which could go to 0 and 100x, than put $30,000 into a coin that's going to 5 to 10x. What's the point? Right? So I would rather invest smaller, but in higher risk. And all you need is one big gainer. You can invest in 3, 2 can go to 0. They won't go to 0. The likelihood is that they'll at least 20x. But I want one big hitter. And that will be north of 50x, hopefully 1000x. So that is what I do. That's my game. If you like that, make sure that you just watch me, because no one else talks about cryptos. Well, Jerry Banfield does, but other than Jerry and Joe Parry's, most people speak about large cap cryptocurrencies, which, you know, if I'm honest with you, is fucking boring. Anybody could do that. My son, who is relatively versed in cryptocurrency, can have a YouTube channel talk about Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's boring. All right? Let's stick to what will make us money at the end of the day. Right, okay. So, the market at the moment has been moving sideways, essentially. I mean, as Philocone says, Bitcoin now ranges 6.5% above the 8-hour chandelier exit over 20 days. Over 20 days it has been in this sideways channel. Extremely slow market. Now, if you were unlucky enough to have been in the last bear market, then you will remember that there were periods of real nonchalance, lack of interest. People were just leaving. People weren't bothering anymore. And, those are the people that missed the great big gigantic move that came just before the halving when you got into the COVID lows. They missed that giant move from the COVID lows all the way to the top of the bull market. They missed it, right? Because of inactivity. You've got to be careful at times like this. Always stay engaged. At least, at the very least, look on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko on a daily basis. Make sure that you are keeping abreast of prices. Just stay within it. Because one day you will wake up and there will be severe red. And that is the time that you need to be A, looking out for my video, and B, making sure you have some stables ready to deploy so that you can enter and just DCA. We don't know where the bottom will be, so you just got to DCA each time, and eventually you will catch at least something approaching a bottom. If you don't catch the bottom on everything, you will catch the bottom on some things. And that is very, very important that you stay engaged in the crypto market, because that's where millions, that's where fortunes are made. And something else I want to say is that in a bull market, it's the top when people start showing their portfolios, when people start saying how much they've made, when people really just start boasting. It's the top. And although we had no euphoria, we did have that sentiment at the time in November 2021. And it's going to be the bottom when people are saying crypto's over, when there's no greed, and there's no greed at all in the market. It's completely fear-driven, and people think it's just going to go lower, it's going to go lower, it's going to go lower, or it's going to go zero. You'll see that kind of terminology. People aren't saying that right now. People are still very confident that we've hit a bottom. We hit a bottom in, for Bitcoin anyway, in November last year, and that, the bottoms on altcoins are still a moving picture, but the majority of the damage has been done from a macro, or at least crypto external factors is concerned, and it's not. In my opinion, anyway, it's not. We're not seeing that language. We're not seeing us in fear levels. It's all coasting at the moment. People are just quite ambivalent, nonchalant, complacent, and that is not the sign of a bottom. Even in November, that was not the sign of a bottom. All right, we have not seen it yet. I am essentially, my life cycle, my personal life cycle, is replicating 2019 right now. I'm gaining weight, which is exactly what I did in 2019, if you look back at those videos. So, my life cycle, my personal, disposition is moving the same as it was in the last cycle. So I know we are nowhere near the bottom at this present stage. And at the very least, not for alts and not for the prices where I think millionaires are going to be made. So, if we have a look at Glassnode, then we can see, as I showed you in the last video, that the most important metric to be looking at are the whales buying. The whales are balances of 1,000 Bitcoins or less. None of these others. These others are like squids, minnows, fishes, blah, blah, blah. They're Bitcoin. They're not even... They're kind of just nondescript. No one cares about them, right? These are the people that make the big moves, okay? And as you can see, all that's happened is the amount of addresses has just been going down. People have not been buying into Bitcoin, and therefore address balances going up and increasing. And that is a sign we have not hit the bottom. So if we have a look and see what happened in the last bear market, those exact same addresses were buying are approaching the bottom in the last bear market, right? And they successfully timed Bitcoin. They successfully found the bottom. And they deployed. And although Bitcoin did go up and they made substantial bank on the move from 3,100 to 14,000, although they made a substantial gain on that price action, yes, the COVID low took Bitcoin to a not as harsh a low as the ultimate bottom, but they accurately timed the bottom. And what you've got to realize is always the 1% are the ones that make the best moves. The 99% of retail investors make the stupidest moves. They always miss out. They don't make the bigger gains, right? And you can see that if we have a look at address balances in the lower echelon, they've been buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. BTD season. Buy the dip season. Same here, same here. Same here. They've all been buying the fucking dip, right? And this is an indication of the 99%, and this is an indication of the 1%. All right, so they have been reducing during quantitative tightening, which we have not seen the end of yet. And of course, we've got a recession coming up Potentially, anyway. In my personal view, it's not obviously set in stone or anything, but in my personal view, we've got a recession coming in quarter 4, 2023, or quarter 1, 2024. That's what my personal belief is. And that would naturally coincide with the bottoming event just before the Bitcoin halving. It all sounds way too easy, doesn't it? But in my opinion, that's how it's designed to flow. So there we are, people. So those are the main important metrics. So before I move on, what I want to say is I will now talk about the top 6 altcoins. But afterwards, then I'm going to be taking questions. And I'm going to be looking at cryptos that maybe you suggest that are also... Because at the end of the day, I'm only one man. And although I am very competent, there's 26,000 cryptocurrencies. There's only so many cryptocurrencies I can know about. So let me know at the end, what cryptocurrencies would you like me to look at that I may not know about, and I'll check. I'll see if there's any potential, because I've got a very good radar for pain points, vision. You know, what is fundamentally a strong coin as far as what they do is concerned. Then also the metrics, the relevance, the amount of hodlers, the value per hodler, the team, etc. Right? So I'm going to go through and research them in not a very detailed way, but enough of a way that you'll get an answer that's pretty decent. So there we are, people. That's what I'm going to do. So before I do that, I have got a super chat of €5. So I will always, because that's the capitalist that I am, always respond to the super chats. So, hey Suppo, feel free to join the Grumpy Cat Coin army on ETH. It is still super early, backed by good people, and you can still make those crazy gains. Something that I am all too used to in cryptocurrency is that whenever people say, "Sue, I've got a really good coin, check it out." And every time I do, it's always a pile of shit. So, and look, this one is absolutely no different. So how long has this one been out? This one's been out 2 months, 728 volume. Pile of shit. So anyway, but I appreciate, it. What I will say is, don't pay money if you think that I'm just going to say, your coin's great. It's not. I'm very, very honest. And to that end, I do think that most coins are shit. The ones that I pick, I don't think are shit. Even if they don't even have much utility at this point, or haven't got much adoption at this point, I don't think they're shit necessarily. Because you have to be something kind of naturally special for me to be interested in a coin and actually put my hard-earned money into a coin. So I'm very confident in the coins that I do put money into. I feel like they're going to perform. Some are going to perform super duper well, and some are going to perform well. But for the most part, I can't see most of them failing unless for something that is outside of my control, i.e., let's say all meme coins or all metaverse coins or something like that are banned or delisted or are targeted by the SEC. You can't have a gaming coin, whatever. Something that's an outlier that I can't really foresee in the future, that is a reason why something I may talk about shouldn't do well. But for the most part, most of the coins I talk about should be fundamentally pretty good. So, right, okay. Without any more super chats, I will move on. So, I am going to be talking about these cryptocurrencies in reverse order. So, I'm going to be talking about the lowest risk first and moving to the highest risk last. So, in at number 5, we have got High Street. Now, High Street I really like because this is a metaverse very, very similar to Decentraland. It has got 3D characters, it's an open world, it's accessible via virtual reality headsets, and they have got ChatGPT enabled for in-game characters. So when you are walking around the open metaverse world, you can converse with people and you can have intelligent conversations. It won't just be hello or something stupid or something aimless. You can almost talk to people, ask them questions, and it will spout out answers like ChatGPT. It's designed to be quite intuitive rather than robotic. So that's why I like High Street. It looks like a very high quality version of Decentraland, but it's newer And it's a micro cap. So at this point, it's only $44.7 million, which ranks at 385. Now, I like to be looking for 5 main criteria when it comes to investing in coins for the next bull market. And they include that it is ranked outside the top 500, that it is within $1, so it's worth cents ideally, and it's never been exposed to a bull market before, and it's a narrative play. And that is what this is. This is a narrative play. It isn't under $1. It's not quite inside the top 500, but I believe that, or outside the top 500, but I believe that when the price goes right down of this during the recessionary bearishness that I imagine is going to come end of this year, that this will actually be, if not outside the top 500, because everything will move down relatively, then this will be even cheaper and quite possibly something approaching more 20 million as a market cap. So they have got quite a high amount of quite a high amount in circulation already, 40%, which is much higher than most of the coins that are new, that have come out post bull market, that are like 2, 5, 8, 10% in circulation. This is 40% in circulation. So, although the diluted market cap is about 3x higher, I think that when we come to the recessionary low, that this will be probably half what it is here. So, it'll be more like about 60 million. So, there's quite a few users already of High Street. And the great thing about High Street, like I said, this is a Binance IEO. So, the people that... So, this was invested in by Binance, but also it was launched by Binance. Now, coins that have been launched by Binance include Matic, Axi Infinity, the Sandbox, amongst many that have been outstanding performers. So High Street joins the alumni of Binance IEOs that could do extremely well, and this has never experienced a bull market. When it came out literally on the month of the Bitcoin top, so it never had that trajectory of full bottom to top. All it did was come out literally at the end of a bull market. So it has never had that exposure of that bottom to top, of money flow and all that kind of thing. So as a result, it did hit a high of $30. Now, I have already DCA'd into High Street, which if you are a member of the DCA group, you'll know. But I think that you're going to be able to accumulate this at under $1, easily under $1. And my personal prediction is this should go to about 50, 60 cents. So yes. So anyway, so this has got a decent amount of hodlers. The team are also they've got an excellent team, which actually include Binance alumni as well as working for some cryptos in the past. So I think that this one is a high quality project. They've got excellent money flow. For being ranked at 385, they've got 232 ranked volume. So 6 million, which is basically 13% of the market cap. So that puts it at around about 6-to-1 ratio. So that makes it relatively relevant, despite the fact we're not in a narrative season, we're not in an alt season, we're not in a metaverse season, and yet it's still accumulating decent volume. And at its highs, it's kind of 50%. Rather than 13%, it's more like 50%. When there's an alt season, this one does tend to fly. Anyway, so so this is High Street. High Street have actually improved their website. Their website before was a little less high quality than this. They've now updated the website. It looks much better graphics, much better optics, much better value proposition, and essentially shop window. A website should be a shop window to retail investors wanting to see, what's good out there. So it should have something that speaks high quality. It should have great graphics, very clear text, and it should say what they are. High Street blends retail with gaming, paving the way for meta lifestyles and new experiences in a multifaceted metaverse. So what they are looking to do, very similar to Decentraland, is they are enabling for retail outlets. So, grocery stores, clothes shops, hardware stores, anything. Okay, maybe not hardware stores, but anything that can be replicated in the metaverse so that you can live life like you do in normal life, but you can live your virtual life. So you can buy land, you can go shopping, and you can shop with brands. Okay, you can shop with Gucci, with Prada, with Target, with Walmart, whatever. You can shop with all of these people as long as they become a partner with the high street. And that is what they're opening up to. So this has the potential for great adoption down the line because it's an incentive. The metaverse will grow. There's no doubt about it. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at what happened when he rebranded Facebook to Meta. All of a sudden, there was a big push for Meta. Now you've got the likes of Apple creating the Apple Vision, which is a virtual reality headset in essence. So VR is becoming more of a thing than it ever has. Throughout the trajectory of the last 30 years that I have been, kind of looking at or within the gaming industry, VR was like a kind of never really progressed from putting on an old headset and seeing some, being in a virtual world. But now it's getting better. Now it's getting more refined. And so this is a big area of interest for retail, for all sorts of businesses that want to market in the metaverse. And that's what High Street enables, basically. So you're going to be having, land. You're going to be having assets that you can buy, NFTs. So this is a gaming, metaverse, and NFT play, essentially, that has got decent backing. So, as you can see, Binance Labs, Animoca Brands. Animoca Brands really only get involved in the really high-quality metaverses. Right? They saw how a lot of their earlier investments did really well, and now they are speculating on things that can replicate that success. And so they're going for the likes of High Street. It's got NGC. We go and have a look here. So it's got Binance, Animoca, Jump Capital, NGC, and Huobi. All very good venture capitalists. And all which will enable for High Street to get decent liquidity. The most important thing in a bull market is if you're investing in something that is a low cap, that you invest in something that has got the potential for high liquidity. Okay, so yes, High Street does not have the potential bursts of value of being listed on Coinbase or listed on Binance, but instead it's got the security that it's already listed on there, yet it's still a micro cap. So it's a micro cap with all the potential for liquidity and money flow to come into it by being on the top exchanges, which are Binance and Coinbase. And they're on many, many more exchanges. Look, there's 45 exchanges that they are on. So undoubtedly on the main ones and on the decentralized ones as well. So this has opened up to a whole heap of liquidity. And I am imagining that when it comes to the next bull market, even if this one doesn't get institutional investment, which it might not because it's low down in the market caps, you'll see coins like Decentraland, like Axi Infinity, and the Sandbox. They are going to have ETFs. I don't know if they're going to have it in this cycle, but they could certainly be included in an ETF. So if you don't know what an ETF is, what BlackRock, Fidelity have applied for is an ability to invest in crypto assets via the stock market, right? So they allow for you to invest in either Bitcoin, in the future Ethereum, and in the future from that, basket of cryptocurrency. So it will be things like layer ones, metaverse, DeFi, maybe a couple of meme coins and all that kind of thing. So it'll be a basket where you've got a diverse portfolio of probably blue chips. So as a result of probably Decentraland and probably Sandbox getting involved in being included in an ETF in the future, that will boost High Street, particularly from its current position. And being on the exchanges where, dare I say it, retail investors, dumb money, are going to be they're going to be like, take my money, right? But they're going to be signing up, if they're still around, to Binance and Coinbase, okay? If they're still around. So I've got to preface that, because we don't know the damage that's going to be caused in this bear market. But at this present time, Binance and Coinbase are the top. And these are the ones where retail investors are going to sign up. And by being instantly available, it's going to really open out money flow. The value of High Street's going to absolutely shoot. Just before I move on, I got some super chats. So let me just check. Did I get super chats? Yes, I did. So bear with me. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to write these down so I don't forget. Because people have just super chatted me coins to look at. So I don't want to miss out on that. I will forget. Altura Illuvium. So let me put those ones. Altura Illuvium. So that's from Alonso Vega. So thank you very much for the 37.90 pen. Whatever that is. 40% down from here. Goodbye. I haven't looked at Altura, but Illuvium, I would ideally want to get that around about $15 to $20. Bloim Lala with 2000 DZD. I don't know what that is, but thank you very much for it. Hey, Super, I just discovered the only layer 2 for Bitcoin, fully working, proof of work, producing blocks, strong stack of around 10 dApps, UTXO-based smart contracts, scalable with hardware, space, microvision chain. Let me have a look at that. Microvision chain space. Okay, so layer 2 for Bitcoin. All right, let me just put that. Okay. And there was another one, I think. Missed Grooves by Chucky, 199. Thoughts on the upcoming project Venom? I think I've given my thoughts on Venom, so it's not out yet. And it's apparently going to be airdropped. But I've heard it in the grapevine, so obviously there is some interest in it. So thank you very much for that, Miss Grooves. I'll have a look at that. And VinDXB, thank you for all your knowledge, Michael, for the 25, I think that is Arab Emirates dirhams. Thank you very much for that. VinDXB! Oh, we've got Jerry Banfield in the house. This is quite insane, actually. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just get rid of some idiot. Yeah, so good to see you, Jez. Talk about Evmos, Suppo. I will most probably talk about that. Casper is the future. I said in my last live video, I do actually think that Casper is actually a very promising coin. That's not a joke. Casper is very promising. I do regret missing out on the trajectory up, but I'm hopeful that a recession will at least bring it down a peg or two. My God, Lawrence! Thank you very much for the 23 euros! I would play a screen right now for you. One of my normal Twitch stream screens, but I don't want to I don't want to fall foul of copyright. Twitch don't care about it, but YouTube do. So they'll just automatically they'll automatically pull the plug on this stream, so I won't do it. But I really appreciate that, Lawrence. Cos! Just wanted to say that you rock. Bring back Miss Monaco. I wish I could. I honestly can't. I will get. Want to get sued? BBC will have something to say, because that was where I got it from. But I'll do it for you. I'm living in Monaco. I'm living in a dream. Really? Yes. Alonso Vega, how much do you think Bitcoin dominance will rise? 65%? I don't give a shit, to be honest. I don't care. I got price points. That is when I will get into... that's when I will get into coins. Not necessarily when there's a certain dominance level. Casper, why is Casper promising? It's purely because, and you mentioned it in your video, Jerry, I've got to say, you actually hit the nail in the head when you said it was essentially a cross between Ethereum and Hedera. Like, it's a new technology, and it manages to stay away from what is currently a risk from the SEC. It seems to actually be a safe cryptocurrency, being proof of work. So it is very promising, but it takes more than these words, like a proper video outlining the person that actually created Casper and his experience and his intelligence. There's a lot to actually talk about with Casper, but it is extremely promising. Kumra Unk Keskai, thank you very much for the 199. Did you have a suggestion? Sabolba, please give your honest thoughts about Volt Inu. So let me put that one. Volt Inu, honest thoughts. I will cover that at the end. Yeah, okay, right, there we are. Right, so In at number 4, we have got Mines of Delania. Mines of Delania is also a post-bull market newer cryptocurrency that has got extraordinary potential. This is a easy play-to-earn game. Now, this is also a Binance IEO alumni, and it has got incredible metrics. So it's a 39 million market cap with 50% of its circulation already out, but it's got 11 million in volume, which actually puts it at rank 172 for today's volume. Now, Mines of Delania, I think, being a Binance game, free-to-play game, amongst the myriad of many games here, makes this already stand out. Again, this is available on Binance and Coinbase. So this is a reason for its current money flow. But if you're observant, then you'll notice that it's actually not. It's actually still going down. Like, it's 98% down from its all-time high, and its all-time high was $4.20. $4.20, and now it's 9 cents. If it was to make that trajectory all over again, then that would be around about nearly a 50x. It'd be a 40x. 41x, just to get to its old all-time high. And remember, this has still got a lot of room to grow, because at the end of the day, with all of these metaverse stroke gaming projects, they had no game. All they were was a fancy website. If you think about it, it's a little bit like before the .com bust. So what happened was, you had a load of websites. You had business.com, you had sex.com, you had pets.com, but they were just names. They were just domains. They weren't functional. They didn't have any content. The content gives value. The actual game and the substance gives longevity. Before that, all you've got is an idea that could actually just end up being nothing. The team leave it, they abandon it, the retail investors leave, etc., etc. And so you need to really limit your risk, even though it's high risk. It's high risk in terms of its market cap, but it's lower risk in terms of its origins, and it's also lower risk because of its liquidity. You don't have to only get this on a decentralized exchange where it costs more money, and you don't have to sign up to random tier 2, tier 3 exchanges like MEXC or who.com or something crap like that. You've got it straight on the biggest ones. Qcoin, Binance, Coinbase, BitThumb, and 54 other exchanges. Gate, PancakeSwap. So we have a look and see how many hodlers there are of this. Apologies for the slowness of my computer. 47,000 addresses for a micro cap. That's amazing. 47,000 mixed with the Ethereum. Yeah, mixed with Ethereum. So Ethereum will probably be a lot less. 2,300. So we have basically got 50,000 addresses around about. 50,000 addresses for a 39 million market cap. That to me is undervalued in terms of the cost per user. The average is about 1,400, so that's under 1,000. So that makes it very, very good cost. Yeah, anyway, so Mines of Delania, very, very high quality looking game, excellent website, but the game looks brilliant, if I'm honest with you. So let me just mute that somewhat. Let me just show you what the gameplay looks like. Look at the graphics. That looks unbelievable. And it looks so simple to play. It's a side scroller. Side scrollers are way better than 3D games. If you are a retro gamer like me who played the NES, the SNES, the Mega Drive, the Spectrum, the Commodore, then you're basically used to side scrollers or even apps. Side scrollers with the benefit of having AAA graphics for, the kind of cutscenes, that is really going to help. So it is in essence a kind of space game. Oh look, you got Jerry Banfield twice there. So it is in essence a space game. So it's based in the future. You've got this overall Dark Lord, which is the One Mind, which is an AI-based mind. The guys are collective ensuring, okay, maybe not so evil, ensuring peace and prosperity. And what they've got is they've got these planets, right? So they are creating planets, and the planets are called Delania. And then what you've got to do is, as a playable character, is you have got to you've got to make your fortune in the mines of Delania. Okay, so you go into these planets, you mine, you get treasures, which you can then sell for. So this is a play to earn. So you play the game. You obviously have to have an NFT character, NFT weapons. You buy those. You then mine the special items, the treasure, which can then be sold, and therefore you make money. So that's how it's play to earn. So it is a single game. I will give it that, but it looks like a very quality game already available to play, to download, and they have got various amounts of NFTs, land, etc. That makes it way more fun for NFT assets. So it makes it a wider value proposition. So if we have a look at Mines of Delania, in fact, if we just look at Mines of Delania, Mines, and we compare it against Axi. Oh, hold on a minute. This is showing you how you can do it, okay? So this is saying it's got a supply of 398 million. So we go back here. 398. This is how you use this site. Yeah, so there we are. 17x. 17x. Why bother getting into Axi Infinity, which is pretty much the same, play to earn, colourful graphics, kind of easy feedback loop kind of game. Why get into Axi Infinity that's already had a bull market? And this is on its current price. This is not even looking at Axi Infinity where it got to at the top. Because Axi Infinity at this present time is like what, $6? $5.82. This was a cryptocurrency that went to like $200 or so. Yeah, I'm sure it was $200, but anyway, it's $157 here. So 157 divided by what was the point I was making? 586. 26x. So 26 times 17, 442x. So if Mines of Delania was to get where Axie Infinity got to at its top, that would be a 400x. So we're not even looking for that. We're looking for, something that is 100x at least. And we're wanting to get Mines of Delania at around about half the price. So that would make it an 800x, if anything, if it was to really, really blow up. And the fact, like I said, this is a Binance IEO. If we have a look and see the Binance IEOs of the past, then you'll see the company that it's in. So Binance IEOs, they just have a better chance of doing well versus something that maybe came out via a random launchpad like Seedify or something like that. If it came out via Binance, it meant Binance has investment in it, Binance will list it, and also will have all the encouragement. And it's also the fact that Binance had the confidence in it in the first place to invest in it. So that shows it must have been quality in the first place. So look at, essentially these are all the Binance IEO launches. Polygon, Elrond, Sandbox, Axi, Injective, Clayton, Steppen, Harmony, Band, Galaxy, etc., etc., right? You get the point, right? Fantastic company. And, at the very high end, you've got Polygon. And if you go right to basically near the bottom, you've got Mines of Delania. And this is in a trend. This is in a trending narrative. So to me, Mines of Delania actually does sound incredibly fun. Anyway, so these guys have got Binance Labs again, Animoca Brands, NGC, Jump Capital, X21, Crypto.com, Coin98. Basically, good, very good tier 1 to tier 3 venture capitalists here. So that to me says that because this has not yet had its bull run, this has not yet been properly exposed bottom to top, this could be one of the top ones. And I imagine that not only is it going to have the money flow that comes from being well networked, but I think this is going to get talked about in Metaverse season. Think about it. You're going to have Elio, you're going to have Alex Becker, you're going to have Crypto Banter because they cover games, BitBoy, they cover Metaverse. They're all going to be talking about kind of the same coins. And the likelihood is they're going to be looking at the ones that probably end up being popular at that point. And Mines of Delania is likely to be one of them. Right, so that's number 4. So 603 people watching. Okay, so you have successfully migrated me off of Twitch for now. So I would be really grateful if as many of you as feasibly can could just quite literally smash that like button. It's only 66 likes from what I can see. So if you can just increase that, I would love that. I'd love it. And of course, it encourages me to go live more because in the last bear market, I didn't go live a lot. And I need encouragement, okay? So that gives me encouragement, believe me. So just before I move on, let me just see if there was anything else. So Sabol Ba for the $19. Thank you very much. That's $19. That's a decent amount. That is a decent amount. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Oh, there's more super chats. Adam Zakolansky for the 249 Czech Kona? I don't know. I'm not going to even try and pretend to know. Please tell me your opinion on vector space. Vector space, okay. Check that out afterwards. I don't know it. I've heard of it, I think, but I don't know it. Suppo, thoughts on Bitcoin going to sub 10k, possibly even 1k? No, don't think so. Absolutely not. Can students buy your spreadsheet? Actually, in the Udemy course, where is it? Might be in the crypto update, the bear market update. I put my spreadsheet resource here. So you are able to look at the coins that I'm looking to eye up. And then here, analysis spreadsheet in full. So if you're looking for, basically this page, this page here, 2020 analysis, and bottom to top analysis, where I look at all the multipliers and all the various traits of these coins, they're all in here, in the analysis spreadsheet in full. Bear with me. Oh, yeah. So in essence, yeah, you kind of can buy my spreadsheet, but not the source sheet, no. That is for my purposes only. Well, thank you very much for the €2, was it? Mark. Hey Steve, I don't want to get on your nerves. The Grumpy Cat coin I was talking to you is only listed on CoinGecko. Look at the top holders on ETHScan. Dogecoin Millionaire is position 3. Okay, let me write that down then. Grumpy Cat on CoinGecko. Okay. No worries. I did think to myself, why would you spend your money getting me like a piece of shit coin? All right. So thank you very much for clearing that up. Mart! Suppo, DCA for Mines of Melania. So my DCA price for this coin would be around about 5 cents, I would say. And anything, I would say that would be kind of like my minimal. And my optimal would probably be about 3.5 cents. I know that sounds outlandish. That is essentially 66% off its current price. But I honestly can't explain to you when there is a COVID bottom. Okay, so Bitcoin basically plunged 50% in one day. Okay, on that day, on the 16th of March, 2020, it plunged 60%. Every altcoin plummeted like 90% that one day. They hit an aspirational low, like a low that was almost too difficult to comprehend. But I remember that day, and oh, it was beautiful. But anyway, yeah. So that is my school of thought on this. I don't think that we are. I don't think we've seen the worst, and I think the worst is to come. That could be wrong, but I doubt it. And as a result of that, I will wait for around about 3.5 cents. I think if I was going to take a real optimal price into this, I would. Mark Nielsen, Crust Network. I have spoken about Crust Network before. It's already exposed. It's already been exposed. But as far as, kind of decentralized computing is concerned, decentralized storage, if there's another narrative of that, then that is going to do well. Larry Ellison mentioned Vector Space AI as future cutting-edge AI company in latest Oracle's earnings call. I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay, thank you very much. I will check out Vector Space. Right, let me move on. God, I can't believe I'm 55 minutes in already. So, in at number 3, we have got Voxies. Voxies is 16 million market cap. And that ranks it 636 in terms of its current rank. So, it's outside the top 500. But volume-wise, 403, ranked in the top 403 with 4 million. Now, if I don't want to, because you obviously know how much I love Moonbeam. But if we were to look at Moonbeam's volume today, what's that? I'm going to guess it's about 2 million or something like that. 1.6 million. So, 4.9 million is pretty insane for a gaming project that isn't a layer 1, that isn't necessarily exciting to accumulate at this point. This is metaverse. This is gaming. This is completely outside of the scope of what people are really looking at right now. Now, if you're wondering what Voxies is basically Minecraft mixed with Sandbox. So you've got Minecraft-esque pixelated characters or voxel-based characters mixed with the Sandbox worlds of the Sandbox. Okay, so Sandbox worlds means individual worlds. So you can create your own worlds. You can basically, it's like Minecraft, right? So it's like Minecraft in the sense you can have your own world. You can customize your own world. You can have arenas in your world. You can have challenges. You can essentially lease the land, as it were. So not only is it a kind of metaverse, a game, and it's free to play, but also it's got marketplace. So it definitely exposes. This definitely gives you NFT exposure as well. So when there's an NFT narrative, then naturally Voxies will be taken up with the flood with that as well. And you've got to know that right now we've got no NFTs, no gaming, no metaverse season, no alt season, and yet this is still achieving 5 million. Right? So that's pretty decent. Now, this has got, again, 40% out in circulation already. And this is available on Polygon. And this is a good thing because it means it's going to be very, very fast. Now, look at this. 62,000 addresses hold Voxies. I'm one of them. I hold Voxies. I bought Voxies about 11 cents, I want to say. 11 to 12 cents. So I'm slightly up at the moment, but I haven't taken a major position. I'm looking to get into Voxies really ideally around about 7 cents. 5 to 7 cents, which I think is very, very achievable. But that is an incredible holder. That's an incredible crypto holder value per hodler. So let's just do that. 16 divided by, and how many was it? 62,000. I think it was 62,400. $267 per hodler. That makes it 7x undervalued compared to the average, which is $1,400 per hodler. So if we were to do the fully diluted market cap, that would make it around about 5 to 600. So it's still undervalued. And to me, Voxies is just a very exciting looking cryptocurrency. It's like having early exposure to the Sandbox. So if we just look at Voxies and compare this to the Sandbox, that's a 45x potential. And that's just on current where the Sandbox is now. Don't forget that the Sandbox has been, because Sandbox is presently what, like 40 cents? The Sandbox was $8. $7, $8. So that means that there's another 20x on top. Is that right? 20x? Yeah, about 20x on top of the 45x. So that makes it 800x, basically, to get to where Sandbox got at the top. So there's a lot of room. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be an 800x, but I'm just saying there's a lot of room from bottom to top to achieve a big multiplier. And like I said, Voxies is a newer coin. Okay, it did come out at the tail end of 2021, granted, but it came out in December. This was a month and a week after the Bitcoin top. So this essentially missed out on the version of Euphoria that we had in 2021. So, and it still achieved a $4 per coin. Now, obviously, it's going to be much different metrics. You know, there was less in circulation, there was more hype at the time, but come the next time, there will be actual substance when it comes to Voxies. Now, the other thing I love about Voxies is the team. Okay, so the team behind Voxies have 15 plus years of games development experience and have worked with EA, Warner Brothers, Ubisoft, and have been involved in Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Mortal Kombat. You know, if we have a look and see what are the greatest games of all time, Minecraft is basically number 3 of all time, right? And Voxies is a version of Minecraft, basically. Voxel is like a type of like 3D pixel, right? So it's like it's like almost like a 3D version of what you get in Minecraft. So it's got the same kind of playability. So at the end of the day, look, this may or may not be super duper adopted, right? This may not be like Minecraft. This may not even be like even 100th of the adoption Minecraft got. But that doesn't matter. Because when it comes to a bull market, all that people are doing is speculating. They're just speculating. It's just essentially a accumulation of speculative perceptions. Okay, so you got one person that is speculative right at the bottom, and then more people get speculative over the course of time. They maintain that speculation because it's a bull market. Like, prices don't really go down, they only go up. So people hold, and so each hodler compounds on each other, and that makes the price compound on each other. And that's why it doesn't really matter about adoption. What matters is at the time it's relevant, it's got a good amount of volume, it's available, and it's liquid, i.e. it's on the main exchanges, which this is on, Coinbase and Binance. And that is what's going to enable it to have much easier money flow into it. And if it's a very successful game, that's a bonus. But the fact that the Voxies team, you know, have got experience with excellent games, big software companies, and they at this point have 62,000 hodlers, which is the most out of all the cryptocurrencies I'm going to be speaking about in today's list. It does make Voxies look very, very strong. But it's also the only cryptocurrency at this point that doesn't have any gameplay at this point. Let me just show you the official trailer. But, you know, this does not necessarily reflect gameplay. This reflects, you know, what are the cutscenes going to look like? What are the characters going to look like? That's basically, you know, what Voxies will show you. And it does look pretty good. It looks excellent. It looks interactive. I'm sure that, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to be doing similar to what High Street did, which is they're going to be adding functionality. They're probably going to be adding ChatGPT, or, you know, with how AI technology is progressing, you don't know what they could add into this. And games have got the potential to be able to adopt that AI technology and do really well with it, run with it, and make their project dynamic, whereas AI doesn't fit with a lot of other value propositions. So therefore, Voxies, I think, very, very strong. Very, very strong. And like I said, Binance Labs. They're the only ones you really need, aren't they? If you think about it. So anyway, yeah, so there we are. So Binance Labs were their major backer. And the tokenomics do not look too bad. Right, I'm getting some more super chats. So let me just make sure I don't lose control of that. Mr. Bud, best YouTuber for crypto, helped me big time in the last bull run. I appreciate that. When do you think the worst is to come? I think quarter 4, 2023, quarter 1, 2024. Is Moonbeam decentralized? It's not really decentralized. No, it is, I would say, on its way to decentralization. Same as Cardano, that's not decentralized yet. That is part of its, you know, part of its trajectory, one of its milestones for the future. Kingsley Hovel, old school question. Who would you marry, snog, avoid in this current climate? I'd marry Moonbeam. Snog. Let me have a look. There are some cryptos that definitely get me salivating, I'm not going to lie. Akala is very snoggable, to be fair. Akala definitely as a low cap, anyway, I would say. And avoid 95% of other cryptos. What would I avoid that's kind of mainstream? Tron. Fucking hate Tron. Toncoin. Don't really. I've never heard. No one's ever spoken about that. I don't know how it's number 17. Filecoin. Shit. EOS. I wouldn't touch that crap. Render. As much as I dislike it, I'll probably still do well, but it won't have massive multipliers. Clayton, don't really see the point of that one. I don't even know why that's there. Zcash, get rid of it. Zilliqa, I mean, I guess they're trying to move forward, but yeah, I'd avoid those. They're pretty shit. I don't. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. So very good question, though. I like that. Hurricane Hicks, what do you think about Grape a coin coming soon? Grape a coin. That does not sound good. So I'll add that. So thank you very much for that, and for the $1.99, Kingsley for the $5, etc., etc. Right, okay. Right, okay. Let's move on. So, in at number 2, we have got Oasis Gaming. Oasis. Oasis is a layer 1 designed specifically for gaming. i.e., people can create their own gaming ecosystems with Oasis, utilizing their layer 2 zero gas chain to be able to have zero cost transactions for NFTs, for transfers, for anything that would typically require an ETH transfer. So Oasis have essentially made their own proprietary layer 1 with layer 2s. Okay, so they are presently quite high in market cap, 55 million. Now, Oasis is actually only 2x more than its IDO price. The IDO price was 3 cents. And I do believe that Oasis is going to actually shoot below that. And that's what I'm going to be waiting for. But they have added more tokens to circulation. The circulating supply is actually drivel. That's why this is very high risk. But this could have extremely high reward. And I'm going to show you why. So this is Oasis now. So Oasis have completely changed their website. It now looks way better. It now actually looks like a gaming business that is quality. Beforehand, it was really, really rubbish colour scheme. It really sucked. But now it looks so much nicer. And it says what it does on the tin straight away. Oasis combines the best of public and private blockchain technologies to deliver a seamless, speedy, zero gas fee blockchain gaming experience. So this is essentially a competitor to Immutable X. Let's have a look. Oasis versus, if it ever comes up, 870.3. Where did I put it? 870.3. I may have gone too far past it there. Let's put it in. There we are. Right, so compare this versus Immutable X. And remember, Immutable X, again, at this present time, is severely undervalued from its top, right? So it's only from the present position. So it's a 13x to match with Immutable X. Now, the argument could be that Immutable X have more games, more of a brand recognition, but I also think that's an opportunity for Oasis because it's not well known. People are going to dump this, I think, when a recessionary bottom comes, and that's what's going to make it a much better investment. Okay, so like I said, it's got the hub layer, which is essentially the layer 1, Hub layer is Oasis Foundation. Block time of 15 seconds, like Ethereum. Can operate while connected to thousands of verse layers without risking network failure. So essentially, this should have no downtime, should have stability, should have security, and they use optimistic roll-up technology, which utilizes the security element of Ethereum in order to be able to do fast transactions. And then we've got the verse layer, and this is the layer 2 technology, and this is what enables the scalability, essentially. So they're using optimistic rollups for their own blockchain in this instance. Now, if we have a look at what these verse layers look like, so this is what happens when you go into Oasis at this present time. You look into the verse, and then you have to go to this Oasis Navi thing. And then from here, you can see what people have built already. Okay, so these are the partners currently of Oasis. So you've got MCH, and they have created... So overall, there's 28 games that are either in production or created via Oasis. So MCH Verse develops and operates the MCH Verse Layer 2 blockchain and the blockchain game Crypto Heroes on Oasis. You can play My Crypto Heroes with 4 NFTs, yada, yada, yada. They've got a few games there. Playable. All right, so there's already some actual games, and there's things that you can actually play at this point. And then you've got TCG, which is, I think it's trading card games. Yeah, trading card games. And again, there's more. Some that are playable, some that have only been announced at this point. But what you've got is you've actually got adoption. You've actually got gaming companies creating on this. Now, if we have a look at who are the validators, this is insane. So you've got Double Jump, big in Tokyo. Ubisoft, big worldwide. Sega. There's nobody who doesn't know Sega. A Star, Third Verse, Jump Crypto, Gummy, apparently they're well known. They're not well known here. And then they've got Bandai Namco. So Namco, they brought out Ridge Racer, and these guys probably brought out Tomb Raider and stuff. I can't really remember. But either way, you're going to have heard of Namco. Square Enix and Yield Guild Games. So you've got a mixture of basically multinational gaming companies and gaming cryptos there. So they have got good partnerships at this stage, and that bodes well. A crypto, in order to gain speculative value, it needs to have all of the fundamentals that make people think, okay, this is a safer investment than something else. And that is where, you've got these validators, and that shows trust in their system. It shows that, Sega, from my knowledge anyway, are not involved with any other cryptocurrency at this point. So this is the only gaming project that Sega have actually partnered up with. Now, if we have a look and see what made probably one of the biggest gains in the last bull market, it was Cocos. And Cocos is a layer 1 for gaming. It's a layer 1 for gaming and metaverse, and that is underneath Shiba Inu. And that made a mega multiplier. A mega multiplier. So as a result of that, although Oasis Games isn't necessarily a micro cap, it's got the potential to explode in the future. Because like I said, you haven't got Namco and Sega with any other crypto project. So if there was ever going to be any form of, I suppose, middle ground or merging of the traditional mainstream gaming studios and crypto studios, this one has one of the strongest, I argue, arguably. And it's a micro cap, so you would probably expect that a coin with those partnerships would probably be at least a mid cap. But at this point, it's very, very early, and I think it is going to actually be at a much better price. I am looking to get this around about 2 to 3 cents. Maybe even 1.5 cents. It could happen, definitely. Because this has gone down a lot from its all-time high. Its all-time was about 12 cents, I want to say. Yeah, 13 cents. So it's already lost 50%, and not very much happening. So now what I will say is at this point, also, they're not listed on many exchanges. They're on good ones. They're on Bybit, they're on Gate, KuCoin, OKX. They're very good. OKX is the second most volume of all exchanges. So, so they have... they are open up to decent liquidity and good visibility. Either way, they're not just on Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Mexi. They have actually got exposure on some of these others. So I would say that the real drawbacks of Oasis, or the only drawback of Oasis, is A, the circulating supply, and B, the market cap at this point. Because on the same price, about 4 months ago, this was 22 million. So it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow that you've got the same price, but it's actually nearly triple in market cap. So that dilution is annoying, but you can slightly circumvent that by getting involved in the staking, of which is an okay APY. It's nothing amazing, but probably better than you'll get with others. So I would say this is good to buy, hold, and stake once this hits its low. So anyway, yeah, so there we are. And also another thing that I would say is probably, I would say a bit of a negative, but also could pave the way for, people haven't got the belief. So therefore it'll go down, you get into it early, people build on it, it'll have substance, and it'll spike up later on. It's the wallet addresses. There's only 35,000 at this point. 35,000 hodlers, essentially. That is not that good. I will be honest and say that. So 55 million divided by 35,000 hodlers. 1,500. It's on around about its value, actually. On or around about its value. If we have a look at something like, let's say, LF0. So LF0, 189 million market cap. And this has only got 61,000 hodlers. Bear with me. So 190 million divided by 61,000. 3,000, 3,000. So obviously, Oasis is not ideal, but it's actually not that bad either. Okay, amount of hodlers or addresses and value and market cap is on or around about its value. So therefore, I'm looking for it to go down lower. Also, the other thing that's not that concerning, because as far as I'm concerned, Oasis is not known. I've heard no person ever mention Oasis ever other than me. Right? So I would probably say I'm responsible for its growth. There's only got 7,300 watch lists, and its volume puts it at rank 779. Not great, considering it's at rank 340, but I think that there's going to be parity eventually. And that will be when the price goes lower, more knowledge comes out about Oasis, there'll be more parity. So I'm waiting for this to go down. But you can see here that Oasis have already started to improve the look and feel of their business. So that is that to me is important, because I did not like the look of their previous website. It looked like dog shit. Right, let me just check and see if there's any more super chattage. There are. And I'm feeling particularly thirsty right now. Product placement. This is oh, you might not be able to. Oh yeah, because it's green. But this is very tangy. Mr. Reactions. What do you think about VMPX? That's the latest thing from Zen, isn't it? Let me just check. Yeah, I mined it. Not mined. I minted this. I'm not sure if it's even still mintable, is it? Let me have a look. No, it's not Ordinal's wallet. What was the website? But you could mint this, basically. And when I minted it, there were already... Oh, forget it. When I minted it, there were already 81% had been minted. So I minted it. I didn't actually... And the gas fees, the more you minted, the gas fees were so astronomical. Like if you minted like 39... Because it's got a fixed supply. It's got a fixed and max supply, which is very, very low. 108 million. Anyway, so they have a fixed supply. All of it in circulation already, so it was all minted. So people minted this, and now they can just choose whether to sell it or not. What do I think of it? I wasn't that pleased, because I feel like Jack Levin should just concentrate on Zen. Just concentrate on Zen in the same way that Vitalik would concentrate on Ethereum. Just concentrate on one project. Don't bring out too many projects, otherwise it dilutes your focus, which erodes investor confidence. And if Zen is going to be the powerhouse that it could be, then we need Jack Levin not bringing out tons of other projects, because that will just erode interest in Zen ultimately, and it may fail to grow. So I liked it in one aspect because I obviously minted it, but I dislike it in another aspect because this would be my main play. Do you think Moonbeam has a future when it's up against some of these layer 2s on Ethereum? What's that got to do with anything? Moonbeam is a layer 2, but it's also a layer 1, and it's a multi-chain layer 1 as well. So if you want to have interoperability, if you want your DApp to have interoperability, if you want your DApp to be available on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Nia, Elrond, etc., Avalanche, Solana, blah, 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 then you build on Moonbeam, right? So it's not just Ethereum. If anything, Arbitrum, Optimism, they have a likelihood of not going anywhere more so than Moonbeam, because as Ethereum becomes more scalable, then do you really need to have those layer 2s? So I reckon Moonbeam actually has really good potential. And if I'm honest with you, I think Moonbeam is arguably my favorite for the next bull run. I know it sounds like a meme. I know I love Moonbeam. I always talk about Moonbeam. I'm in love with Moonbeam. Yada, yada, yada. I've covered the Moonbeam since January 2021 or latter part of 2020. But I just love it. I think this is a great coin. I think this is going to absolutely fly in the next bull market. That's what I think. And I think this is going to go to over $10. So really what I want to do is I want to get it at 10 cents so I unlock 100x. I'm predicting his number 1 is Zen. No, it's not Zen. Zen isn't a gaming play. Downside for BTC from here, I think 50%, 50 to 55%. I don't think it's going to go much lower, to be honest. That's it. My personal opinion. I don't think Bitcoin's going to go... I mean, I know my mate, RJ Rajendran, thinks that Bitcoin is going to go down to about 7k. He thinks it's going to go down to 10 or 12, but it's going to wick down to 7k on one particular day, on the probably the recessionary announcement day. It'll be just like what happened with COVID. So I personally think 12 is the floor. I think 12's the floor. But I think altcoins are going to get incinerated. Which is good. See ya. Okay. Last one then. And then I'll talk about the coins that you guys have brought up in super chats. And then if there's time, I'll look at the non-super chat ones. So in at number 1, it should not really surprise you, to be honest. It's Games for a Living. Games for a Living is a games development company. They are essentially going to be bringing out a suite of games. They are looking to be like the next Gala, like the next Magic. But the difference is that Games for a Living is a puny 8 million market cap. And I think this is going to go down lower. I think it's going to go down to about 3 million, if not maybe even under that. So Games for a Living, they boast really good credentials. They've got a fantastic team. They've already got games in development. So if you look at Games for a Living versus something like UFO. All right, so let's just do a quick analysis. Versus UFO, that has one game, and that game is not even out yet. Okay, not much of it. 116% difference. Okay, so not that different. Not too much different, I suppose. So it's basically just over a 2x. But the point I'm making here is that Games for a Living have actually got... They've got a game, which Elemental Raiders. They've got another one, which is a diamond-based game. So it's a little bit like, I suppose, Columns. And then they've got another one, which is a football game in development. And yet they are half of what UFO are. And UFO haven't really got anything at this stage. And UFO are previously bull market pumped, whereas Games for a Living has never been in a bull market. This is one of the newest on this list. It only came out in March. And I managed to buy it at the 0.005. If you watched me when I spoke about this on Twitch, I bought it at exactly its bottom, it looks like. Or at least its local bottom. And I've never sold it, and I'm not going to sell it. But I'm going to add to that position. But I really genuinely believe that Games for a Living, despite its very shit tokenomics, it's very low, it's very poor tokenomics. There's only 6% in circulation at this point, which to me, I think that gives a lot of potential for dumpage down the line. Having said that, this is a very, very low market cap at this point. And even fully diluted, 147 million, which is way below, Gala and Magic at this point. And that's to get to its full supply, which it will not achieve anytime soon anyway. So Games for a Living, these guys, I love games development companies. I prefer games development projects than I prefer games. So I prefer the likes of Gala and Magic to the likes of Illuvium and Axi Infinity. I like games development companies because you are hedging it more. The more games, the more substance. So Games for a Living, they have got a really amazing, and to be honest, an incredible team. And these are their first 2 games. So Elemental Raiders is already in operation, and actually Elemental Raiders looks phenomenal. I don't know if they've got a clip of it here, but it looks really good. These are just kind of the cut screens. This is the gameplay. It looks really good. It looks way better than, for instance, Chain Guardians, which achieved a mega valuation in the last bull market. And that's Chain Guardians, and it was just one game, which is Chain Guardians. Whereas there's going to be a suite of games. So that, to me, means that Games for a Living are probably going to be making some mega games of great quality as well. So it is basically just like Columns. I'm not sure. I've not seen this trailer, so let's just have a look. Reject. Let me see if they show any gameplay. At the moment, it's like quite fantastic graphics. Oh, there's nothing. No, at this point, there's nothing. No actual, at this point. But it shows you, though, that they're working hard on the quality. It's not necessarily quantity, it's quality. So Games for a Living, very, very low market cap. I think it's going to go lower, but look at the team. This is what's going to be impressive. So a lot of the reason why people like Gala is because they have got the guy who basically founded Kinga, right? The mobile company. Zynga, sorry. He created Zynga, which is a mega brand in mobile gaming, responsible for Candy Crush and some big games, right? Big side-scrollers, endless runners, puzzle games, just easy games that you just get addicted to, right? That's why people love Gala, because of who created Gala. Now, as far as Games for a Living is concerned, Trip Hawkins. So, he is their chief strategy officer. He was at Harvard, and he was also at Stanford. And he was one of the he was the founder and CEO of Electronic Arts. Just let that sink in. Madden, NHLPA hockey, golf games, Electronic Arts. Mega gaming company from the 80s and 90s. Founder and CEO. And he is the chief strategy officer. There we are. Then you've got Manuel Sort, who is a co-founder of Games for a Living. And he worked for Activision, Blizzard King. So this is basically a conglomerate of the 2 big brands, Activision and Blizzard. And King before that. And of course, we've seen today that Microsoft can now buy Activision. So basically experience from a mega gaming company. Mega gaming. Oh, also, if we go back and have a look at Trip. Also, he was director of product marketing at Apple for 4 years. Okay, so Apple and Electronic Arts. So anyway, yeah. So as for Manuel, so he's got really good mobile gaming experience and also an experienced programmer at Codemasters. I don't know how good you are on your games trivia, but Codemasters, I loved Codemasters. They brought out some great games. like micro machines. On the NES and on the Mega Drive. So yeah, so he's developed for multiple consoles, etc. So we've got Trip, we've got Manuel, and we've also got Mark, who also worked for Blizzard Entertainment as well, and has done numerous games development in the past. So they've got a pretty depthy team, if anything. Let me see if I can... yeah, here we go. So they've got a very depthy team. So if we look at the people, a few of these will be investors, but most of them will be either developers, marketers of games for a living. And there's 53 employees, quite a few. You can look through all of them, and you will see that there's typically very, very good experience within all of them. But I showed you the creme de la creme, the big two, which is Trip and Manuel. And so really it looks like it's got the potential to be phenomenal in the next bull run. And at this point, it's very, very early stage. Hardly anybody knows about it. We have a look on Watchlists, only on 8,300 Watchlists. That ranks it in the top 2,300 for Watchlists. So nobody knows about it at this stage. And there is actually hardly anybody that's holding it. At this point, only 5,862. So we just do that as a percentage. So value per hodler, 8 million divided by 6,000, basically. Yeah, it's around about just below the average, okay, for where it should be. Now, in my opinion, I think that Games for a Living is too high in price at this point. I bought it at 0.5 cent, and I thought that was too high because of the dilution that's coming. So I think this could go down to 0.003, 0.002. This has had a nice violent run up since I spoke about it back in April. It went up to 1.8 cents. So that was nearly a 4x. So I still think it's a little bit overvalued at this point, and I don't think there's much dumpage going on, but I think that there will be. And at this point, it's still on hardly any exchanges. Okay, so if we have a look at Gala, for instance, see where Gala is available, then we can see the growth potential for Games for a Living. So Gala's on Binance, on Kraken, on Bithumb, on KuCoin. And it's not even on Coinbase at this point. Bitstamp, Gemini, Bittrex, Bybit, Huobi, OKX, all of the majors. All right, that's what Gala is on. And at this point, Games for a Living is on PancakeSwap. It's on PancakeSwap, BitGet, who even uses that, MEXC, and these other ones I've never even heard of. So yeah, these guys have got very limited exposure, and that's a reason for its lack of liquidity at this point. But imagine what happens when Liquidity finds Games for a Living. I do think Games for a Living is an okay brand name. I thought Gala, something small like Gala is way better. Obviously, it's got the Liquidity opened up to it. It's what is that? About 100x more than what Games for a Living has. But there's all this potential in the future. So my personal prediction is this is a very, very low cap, very, very risky. I think it's going to go even lower and potentially be around about 3 million market cap. And 2 to 3 million, I think that's a great price to buy at. And I think that will unlock some supreme gains. Now, about 50 people have left. So I am going to unveil one that they missed. And that is... oh, God. I missed it. I got rid of it. It's this. It's Star Atlas. So your bonus coin is Star Atlas. So Star Atlas, I actually think, is a very promising game graphically, and a lot of people know about it too. So it's on 329,000 watch lists, which therefore ranks it at 208 out of all 26,000 cryptocurrencies. So a lot of people know about it. So when it comes to a gaming season, this is what's going to happen, right? When there's also altcoin season and then there's a gaming narrative, people are going to think, oh, what games are there? They're going to be thinking about, what should I buy? And they're going to only think about what they have heard about in the past, right? They're not going to necessarily look to newer coins because those coins you have to have watched me or Joe or Jerry to be able to know about these newer, higher risk coins. But most of them are going to go back to the previous cycle. And they're going to be like, oh, what coins were there? And they're going to think of Star Atlas. And Star Atlas, like I said, 329,000 people have added this to a watch list, which means that people know about it. It's kind of in high knowledge. And it's a 13 million market cap, people. This is under the IDO price. If you got in an IDO, you're actually buying it cheaper today. And the volume, it's not terrible. All right, it's what, a 13th or 14th of its market cap, which actually is higher than a lot of the other coins I've spoken about. And this one has just gone down so much. Star Atlas is a Solana-based metaverse game based in space. Okay, so it's actually been around now for about 2 years, and it is actually playable now as well. So if I just show you some of the graphics, this is how it looks from the kind of following the player around. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see the player in a spaceship shortly. Oh, he's going to jump off first of all. And now he's on some kind of space motorbike playing games. So again, if I have a look at the greatest games of all time, out of all of these games, about 7 of them are space-based games. Like Skyrim, Half-Life, Mass Effect, StarCraft, etc., etc. If you look back at the old games like Star Fox and all of that, then you'll know space games are actually very fun to play. I personally love space games. I love them. But then I like Star Wars and Star Trek, the first generation anyway. So maybe it is a bit more, kind of my preference. But look at the graphics. It looks insane. This is Illuvium for space, but the difference is Illuvium is 10x more the price. Illuvium is $150 million. And Star Atlas is 13 million. This has come down massively. Now, why this is very high risk? Because this was once upon a time, what, 20 cents? 23. I remember this being 28 cents because I sold it around about then. 28 cents, right? So this did a mega multiplier. And the only reason it's really come down is because Star Atlas did have some investment from Alameda, I believe. So they had Alameda, FTX, and they had some funds on FTX. And as a result of that, they were scared that when FTX went down, they actually lost their funds. But there's a recovery of FTX funds now. Star Atlas get their money back anyway, but they have been continuing to build. So they've got these announcements. They've got a showroom, which is available on the Epic Games Store. So they're constantly building, they're constantly working. Even if they're kind of running out of runway, they're making sure they've got something, something high quality, a good space game that you can race in, you can battle opponents and all that kind of thing. I just like the sound of it. And I just think that, you are and will be able to get it even cheaper than this. Probably there'll be another naught and the 7, which will be half the IDO price. And at that point, it's just going to be a case of just waiting. It's going to be a case of just waiting. It's also available on not many exchanges. Kraken, and then on Gate and Bitfinex, but also on decentralized exchanges, PancakeSwap, Radium, Orca, but not really on any majors still. So this does have the potential to have that exposure in the future, because this is a really top quality game. The graphics look splendid. They look amazing. And there's way worse on Binance, right? So, yeah. So I think Star Atlas, very high risk play. But I also think there is a potential big hitter in the gaming ecosystem. Particularly when you look at the likes of Illuvium, which is pretty similar in terms of the gameplay, in terms of the kind of open world. And yeah, look at that. And look at that. 150 million. And they've got roughly around about the same circulating supply out. And yeah, there's that difference. So there we are. So that is it. That is it for the top 5 stroke bonus coins. So let's have a look and see what you guys have got to say. What you guys are saying. Let me just check and make sure there's no super chats in which they're not at this point. Okay, so Let me go straight to the suggestions. Okay, so first of all, Altura. So Illuvium, you'll know, I very much like Illuvium. It's a AAA game, essentially. That is kind of a little bit like what is that game for the PlayStation? I want to say Elemental, but it's not that. But it's something like that. But it basically plays exactly the same. Really, really high quality graphics. AAA game. And I would say this is considered one of the blue chips of games, actually. Returnal, that's the one! Jay Banfield, in to save me, Returnal. Yes. Illuvium looks just like Returnal. Pretty much exactly the same game, nearly. So this one is really promising. If you have a look and look at the all-time high of Illuvium, this went to $2,000. Now, I brought out a video on Illuvium on this channel back in, I think it was probably about June 2021. And I covered it when it was $56, and it made that enormous run-up. So I would say that because I called it before, I've got the credentials to call it again. I do think Illuvium is going to do well, probably not even better, but it's going to do well next time as well. So I'm waiting for it to go to $15, because I'm not necessarily sure it's going to go to $1,500 next time, but I think it could have the potential for, so it would be 15, 150, maybe $1,500 at a push. I think it would need to get some kind of serious partnership. But I still think that this has got great potential, so I'm looking out for that. Altura? Bear with me. Bloody hell, Inia Glasson! With 80 Australian dollars, I want to say? That's insane. Thank you very much. Inia, I really wish that I could play the Monaco screen that I would typically have on Twitch. So I will just do it for you. I'm living in Monaco. I'm living in a dream. Really? Really? Yes. And I'll do the other one. What's the other one? You've got to be liquid. And the other one, the Andrew Tate Aikido. Anyway, so thank you very much, Inia. I really appreciate it. That's insane. That is a ginormous contribution. So thank you very much. Makes it worthwhile. H Corolla. $6.99. We've got to remember, we're in a bear market. I'm hard up too. And I don't do all these shills that all the other YouTubers do. So I really appreciate your donations. Yeah, so thank you very much for that. Carl, thoughts on a tour? All right, I'll look at that in a minute and see what do you think of AI pad. Will it survive? It'll survive, yeah. It'll survive. It just needs to hold on for a bullish narrative. So anyway, so that's my thoughts on Illuvium. But Altura, I've never really properly looked at. So let's have a look at this. So Altura, to my knowledge, is I want to say they're games developers. Oh, they're an infrastructure. That's it. Web3 infrastructure for games. With Altura, you can create, update, and transfer NFTs in-game without technical complexity or costly investment. There's loads of these now. And this is old, isn't it? So we have a look at Altura. This came out May 21. This had half a bull market, so it was part exposed. It wasn't full, but it was part exposed. And part exposed coins don't do as well. So if we just have a look and look at the cryptos. So if we have a look at the best performing cryptocurrencies, of which Shiba was the best, it's mostly no. Dogecoin was an outlier because of Elon, but it's basically no. It wasn't previously exposed. But the one that actually was decent that wasn't Dogecoin is Decentraland. That was part exposed. And that was part exposed in the previous bull market, and it still did well. So it was around for 3 years, 2 months, and it still did a 91x. So some ones that are part exposed can do well, but that wasn't a 100x, was it? That was a 90x. So there's no real experience of a previous bull market exposed coin doing 100x. They had to be non-bull exposed. So this is 30 million. 72% out, that's good. But I mean, like, you've got Oasis, you've got Immutable. Why would you bother with this shit? Is what I'm thinking. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty good. 71,200 addresses. I mean, it's good and it's not good at the same time. Because it's Binance Smart Chain that's easier to buy on there. So 30 million. 30 million divided by 71,000. 422. That's actually really good cost per user, actually. But it's high competition. They're not necessarily solving a pain that isn't already being solved. 38k minted, 3.9 million marketplace volume. Let's have a look and see who invested in them. I know that what's his name has covered this. What's that? Alex Becker. I know he's covered it. They've got no backers. There's no backers. Now, to me, this isn't fundamentally that strong. It's strong holders-wise, but not necessarily strong project-wise. So I think a load of people have been stuck holding a bag. And what's the all-time high of this? It's only gone down 10x. It's 42 cents. And it's at 4.2 cents now. So it's just gone down 10x. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. But I prefer non-bull exposed coins. If I'm non-bull exposed coins. Microvision is next. Okay, let me have a look at Microvision. Is that the one? Okay, so this is 3 months old. It's not a good price point. I like them under $1. 2.3 million market cap. That's not accurate. But that. 2 million market cap. Let me just have a look and see where that ranks. Because I want to see the disparity and see if it's doing well volume-wise versus its market cap ranking. This is going to take forever for me to get to 2 million. No, here. Oh, man. It's all retarded. What the hell's going on? Oh, hold on. We're at 4 million. What is going on with CoinMarketCap? Their indexing is terrible. Look, we're on... Oh, here we go. Okay, so that would... So 2 million... Where was it? So 2.33 million... We'll put that about 1,100. Yeah, so so the volume is not a great indicator. There's 1.35% in circulation. So it doesn't look great. Oh, it's only available on Safe Trade. So that's probably, actually, that's pretty good volume considering it's on something I've never heard of before. So let me just have a look and see does it have anything on, oh, have they got their own blockchain or something? No, you can't see the amount of hodlers. So I can't really analyze if 2 million is a good price or not. Website. Blockchain Web3, Bitcoin plus smart contract. What was it someone said? Layer 2 for Bitcoin. Right, okay. Scalable blockchain for 8 million users with layer 1 high performance smart contracts, IDs, decentralized IDs. Most scalable blockchain in theory. Store data, execute smart contracts on one blockchain with no limit. I don't know how I don't know if this is like a pipe dream or what. Because proof of works are pretty cool. There is no real... I mean, there is one smart contract project already that exists for Bitcoin, and that is RSK. What's that in market cap? What the fuck? Rootstock. That one, I think it is. 87 million, okay. Okay. Fully diluted market cap 89 million. And the fully diluted market cap of this 176 million. Mind you, I'm imagining that this will have some kind of weird token unlock schedule that's probably matching with Bitcoin or something. So probably, yeah. No, it's got a relatively unique value proposition, but to me, it looks like it's very, very. This is very high risk. It doesn't even come up here. Microvision, was it? No, it doesn't even come up on here. So yeah, yeah, very, very high risk, speculative play. I don't like the token price. Yeah, I don't like it personally. What else have we got? Venom. Oh yeah, I've covered Venom before. Volt Inu. Volt Inu is like a dying breed of meme coins. Like, we just had a meme coin season. We had some new ones. We had Bogdanov, we had Wojak, we had Pepe, we had Tate. We had a few Mong, Ben, loads. Volt Inu's old now compared to that lot. You know, meme coins get very old very quickly. I will say it maintains a relatively healthy volume to market cap ratio. Is basically 2 to 1, which is bloody insane. 4,700. What is wrong with Ethereum today? 5,000, so that's 9,000 so far. 9,000 hodlers. That is crap. For something that's on Binance Smart Chain. That is wank. Yeah, that to me sounds really shit. Yeah, so it's not great, is it? 86,000 watch lists. Yeah, see, to me, look, it's in my meme coins watch list, if I can go into it, which I probably can't. It's not letting me. Yeah, so this to me seems quite aged, so I don't really like it. I think Pepe is probably onto a winner. And probably Ben coin as well. Let's have a look at my favourite. Ooh, 127k market cap. That sounds good. That sounds good for the next. Let me have a look and see how many people hold this. 2,900 now. Yeah, most people would have sold in meme coin season. I made a beauty on this one. But anyway, yeah, but it's, you know, but Volt Inu's a bit old now. Let's have a look at this one. $28,000 hodlers. Jesus Christ. Mind you, when you've got a YouTube channel of 1.4 million, that's not that great. Yeah. But this is roughly the same value as what's the other one? Volt Inu. and it's got way more hodlers. So way more undervalued, I'd say. Right, let me have a look at vector space. Let me just make sure there hasn't been any more. DNX. I definitely will not have time for non-super chat questions. Right, vector space AI. Shit, look at that, 53k. What the fuck? And that is 240% from yesterday. So that shows you that is utter crap. 15,000 hodlers. What the fuck, man? I mean, let's just have a look at a random. Let's have a look at Viot. Viot will be around about the same. 608,000. See, that's way better, and that's just as irrelevant, to be honest. It's about the same market cap as well. Now this looks like drivel. This is like utter shit. This website looks disgusting. Vector space biosciences, yada yada yada. What the fuck is the point of this? What has this got to do with crypto and technology? Nothing. Like, what's the pain point? What is the token use? Qcoin. God, they are drivel. Data sets, ability to accelerate data-driven innovation. This is stupid. Grumpy cat on CoinGecko. Right, let's have a look at that. Yeah, so with vector space, it's a high risk, and to me, the fundamentals don't stack up. What the hell? Just get on with it. Grumpy cat. Wait a minute, is Axelar trending? Yeah, jeez. It's not really done anything. 4 million volume. This is just a shit. What the hell? It's just as bad. 17,000 in trading volume. Way too many windows open up. 2,500, 2,900 hodlers. Was that it? Yeah. Yeah. What a load of crap. How long's this been out? It's been out 2 months. It didn't even do anything at the fucking time. It did like 3x. What is the point of this crap? Honestly. Let's have a quick look at this website. Yeah, this is shit. Okay, next, Crust Network. Let me just get rid of some of these tabs. So Crust Network is decentralized storage, I want to say. It doesn't have any tags on it like it used to. Yeah, so Crust Network was a Polkadot-based storage cryptocurrency. I thought this was a powerhouse back in the day. Yeah, I covered this at about $19. I covered it about here. About here I covered it. And then it shot up to like, what, 400 I want to say? Oh no, 154. I'm sure it went to 400. But anyway, yeah, but look at that. It's gone from $150 to 78 cents. I don't think I've ever seen a drop that big. I've never seen a drop that big, ever. 78 cents to $100. Actually, maybe I have. But that's not good, is it? That has lost 150x of its price. And I remember when I first saw Cross Network, I thought fantastic value proposition, but a terrible website, shit design. That's not the be all and end all, but it does help if it. I mean, just the black and orange are just terrible. Cross Network, decentralized cloud storage provider. Right, look, I'm going to be honest with you. If there is a storage narrative, which is very likely, there is going to be a storage narrative. I just can see it, and then that would mean Arweave, Filecoin will have diminishing returns because it's been around and it's shit. Filecoin, Arweave will do well. Stratos will probably do really well, and so will Cross Network. They should do well because Cross Network is built on Polkadot, so it should be faster and cheaper to have your storage needs fulfilled. Way more so than Filecoin and the other one, Arweave. And then Stratos is built on Cosmos, so they're both faster and cheaper. There we are, storage. Our internet computer as well. Yeah, here we go. So Crust is 7 million market cap. I will put it right at the... Oh yeah, it was here anyway. And all the ones underneath it I've never even fucking heard of. Made Safe Coin. God, that's fucking years old. So Crust has been part exposed, but then again, so is Stratos. So is all of these coins. There's not really... I don't see any new coins in storage. They're all old. So it's like for like. Crust Network is like for like. So I don't really know what's going on with Crust Network. I don't know why they've gone down so much. I don't know if there's a problem with it. But to me, this seems like a no-brainer investment. Even though it's quite old, it seems like a no-brainer investment to me. 7-to-1 thingy-majiggy. Nearly 50% in circulation. Yeah, only 50% in circulation. No, it has 50% in circulation, so that's most of its circulation, and 153,000 watch lists. So this is good. But what they need to do is they need to improve their PR. They need to improve their marketing. This looks like dog shit. This website looks like crap. But otherwise, it could be okay as a speculative for storage. If you like those storage, I'm not a big fan of storage plays. But there was a narrative where Arweave actually took off recently because I think it's Meta using Arweave storage. So as that becomes more of a narrative in future, people are going to look to the Filecoins, the Arweaves, the internet computers as the first to move. They'll probably get the partnerships, but then the lower micro caps are going to shoot and have much better gains. And Cross Network could be one of them. So unless there's something terminal, which it doesn't look like it, because it looks like a lot of the people who are commenting on the side actually like it. $111,000 followers, followed by Moonbeam. Well, it would be because it's part of the the Polkadot DeFi Alliance, and that's one of the reasons why it came to my knowledge in the first place. Chris at crypto.com, Jack Levin, Box Mining, Huobi, yeah, not bad at all. The people who follow it, they're not fake. They seem like they're pretty real, to be fair. So yeah, it looks okay if you like that kind of thing. DWF. I don't even know who they are. Labs pledges long-term financial support to Cross Network. When was that? July 10th. So they're still very much around, still very much alive. So let me just have a look and see if Cross Network had any VCs. NGC, it's not bad. AU21, 2 that I really actually have any respect for. So, yeah, it seems okay to be honest. But I think its best times were before, but I think it could still do well in a storage tokens narrative. Anything else? Oh, bear with me a sec. I've got some more super chats. Or one more anyway. Min Gary Park. I invested low end 5 figures each in Pulse, Pulse X, and Hex, hoping that will set me up nicely for the next bull run. What are your thoughts on X returns for Richard Hart tokens? I'll answer that one quickly. So this one is not gonna. This one's gonna. You're just gonna have to wait and see and hope that Richard Hart once again defies the law of Richard Hart's law, I suppose. Because I must have deleted the. Oh no, here we are. Because they are all very high market caps. Look, Pulse X 5 billion, Pulse Chain is around about the same, and Hex, they're all in the billions club. So you can't really get much multipliers out of that. The only way you can really get the multipliers is if they're deflationary mechanisms of burning Pulse and Pulse X out of circulation actually brings the market cap down and therefore the price right up. So it's going to be defying the previous laws of tokenomics because I've never seen it done this way around. Hex, I should imagine, will probably go to $1 again. And it will cut. The thing is that you're going to have Richard Hart having his highest stakes or whatever that show is called. He's going to have that coming out. And that's gonna commercialize Hex, and it's also going to commercialize Pulse X and Pulse Chain. I don't know to what audience they're going to go to, but I can only assume that on a best case scenario, it could bring a load of retail investors into Hex, Pulse X, and Pulse Chain because those communities are already big anyway. I've got to say that Pulse Chain and Pulse X, they haven't gone how I thought they would go. Pulse Chain is still on its sack price, and Pulse X is 3x under its sack price. So I have invested in Pulse Chain when it was 0.0008, where it was 408 or 407, one of the two. It's in my DCA group anyway. And similar with Pulse X, it was around about this price, I think. So I've invested a decent amount, and it's just be a case of waiting and seeing and probably investing a little bit more if it goes lower. But I think that Richard Hart is good at delivering hype, very good, and he's excellent at getting on people's podcasts as well. So if history repeats, then these should do okay. They should do very well. I'm banking on them anyway, to be fair. Right, what's Grape a Coin? Grape a Coin. That sounds like. Is it Grape a Coin or Grape Coin? I don't even know. So you said it was going to launch soon? Oh, here we... Is this it? Great launches layer 1 ecosystem power AI driven blah blah blah. Great launches layer 1 ecosystem to power AI driven decentralized internet. I'm taking it this isn't presently out as a token. Well, obviously, CoinMarketCap of Cointelegraph did this is a promo. They obviously paid for this. First Web 4 infrastructure for a decentralized internet. Only layer 1 system that combines 2 proprietary solutions based on DAG. Yeah, pretty good. Sounds good, actually. What industry experts say about Grape? Yahoo Finance. How are they a fucking industry expert? They don't know shit. These all look good to a clueless retail investor. Seven 700,000 transactions per second. Yes, it does sound good, actually. DAG. I like DAGs. There aren't many. There's Hedera, there's Phantom, there's Constellation, slightly Casper, Aleph Zero, and this, it would look like. So there's low competition, but it's a high demand area because DAG infrastructures are fast AF, basically. So, yeah, no, it sounds good. I don't know anything about it. I'll probably look into it another time. But apparently, 700,000 transactions. That's pretty insane. Hold on. The startup that broke Solana. Multi-coin capital. Really? Let me have a look and see if there's any info on this. I apologise if the thingy is lagging, by the way. Grape. Is this it? See ya. Oh yeah, this is it. What? So this was years ago, this grape. I've got too many bloody tabs open now. I don't even know which tab I had it on. Let me just delete some. See, it's not easy doing this job. Get rid. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it was. Yeah, so they've got multi-coin, double peak, Solana Ventures, Sky Vision. But this was ages ago. So this must have been around for a while then. I mean, it must have been getting investment for a while. What the fuck? This can't... Yeah, this has been around a while. It's only just been updated. Yeah, so interesting. Well, I'm glad you put that past me. I don't think that's necessarily the best name. Grape Network. I don't think that's necessarily the best brand name, but it does look okay. And then DNX, which sounds like a rap artist. This is... Oh, yeah. It's non-bull exposed. But I've never heard of it. Decentralized supercomputing. The world's first neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain. I don't understand most of this. But it's obviously... Is this a proof of work then? You see how many people, if they even show that data, which I'm betting they don't. If they do, that's a big plus for them. No, they don't. They don't show how many hodlers there are. Yeah, there's not a lot of context here. Like, that difficulty, I mean, what does that mean? So it looks like it's a proof of work for some reason. 33,000 watch lists. 567. I don't know. It seems alright, actually. It seems actually alright. I don't like the name, and I don't like the logo. I think it looks like a really old... I think it just looks really old. But I did like the website. The website looks awesome. That looks brilliant. And I love the... marketing does matter a lot. Neuromorphic supercomputing. I mean, that just sounds so cool. Neuromorphic supercomputing. 9 syllables in 2 words. Pretty cool. Finite supply. Fair launch. No pre-mining. Let me just have a look. Dynex. Oh, it doesn't look like they had any funding rounds. No, they didn't. So they don't look like they've got any VCs. Let me have a look on Cypher Hunt to see if there's anything. No. Okay, so it looks speculative, but actually does not look that bad either. So I'm going to put... let me just make a storage watch list. And let me just add that. Dynex. Stratos. Crust. I'll just put those on it for now. Just so I've got points of reference. Actually, I'll put Internet Computer, Phil, and Arweave. Okay. Anything else? Anything others? Thoughts on 3lol new gaming company. 3lol. 3 million. Oh, it's on Avalanche. It's got 50% out in circulation. Well, over 50% in circulation. Avalanche should be quite easy to look at the data. 217 holders. Is that all it's on? Yeah, that's all it's on. 217 holders. What the fuck, man? That is pathetic. 217 holders for 3.4 million. The crypto world's gone fucking mad. How can something be valued so high? It looks like Razer. A really shit name. It looks terrible. It looks like a god-awful website. Yeah, that looks shit. That looks crap. It's going nowhere. Thoughts on RSR? RSR? Is that Republic or something like that? RSR. No, Reserve Rights. That's what I meant. Old. Don't like it. I think it's pretty shit. This was good in the DeFi season. It's basically 50x down. I need to be doing Jerry Banfield-esque answers. I need to get all of the data and then present it properly instead of just this reactive kind of thing. 15,000 on Ethereum. Oh, I can't be asked. Yeah, I mean it's pretty shit to me. Oh no, you paid 20 quid. Okay, I'll have a proper look. Let me have a look at the actual website. I just don't think I've heard anybody speaking about this in years. Currency should be stable. Asset-backed currencies. So it's a protocol to create stable coins. Decentralized governance. Yeah, so it's a protocol to be able to give a stable coin governance, smart contracts. Basically, just it's almost like a service, almost like a decentralized technology service, I suppose, for stable coins. Yeah, I mean, it's not really. I don't really get it. I don't really understand the need for it myself. And I think that probably is what the rest of the market struggles with, hence why it's at 102 million market cap. where once upon a time it was 1.3 billion. Yeah, I don't really get it. Thoughts on Neutron has? Jesus, how long have I been on? 2 hours 19. I definitely have to go now. Because YouTube does not like long streams. So thank you very much, Delulu. 830 watch lists. That's terrible. That's probably the worst I've ever seen, if this is the one you mean. Binance Investments. Really? %15 in circulation. Smart contract platform secured by Cosmos Hub. There's loads of those though. Like Evmos is the same, right? Mission list, launch on your terms. Provider chain. Blah blah blah. It's really this I don't really see the point of this. I don't see the need for it. I don't know why this is ranked so high, but it looks like wank. Personal opinion. And it really was Binance. Let me have a look. Raised 10 million. How odd. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but I don't see what that could possibly be. 22,000 hodlers, no one I know. And that's saying something. And this will have really bad... This won't have any metrics, I'm betting. Normally, the Cosmos Explorer is a pile of shit. Like, this is showing me nothing. So, to me, it's not special, and I won't even touch that crap. But thank you very much for the donation. Thank you very much. Zen. What the fuck, man? Why are you spamming Zen? I'm gonna have to put you on timeout. Sad. So sad. Right, okay, I think that's it, people. Push and alright, I'll have a look at these last ones. CQT. I'm pretty sure is that covalent? No, not covalent. Yeah, it's covalent. And push. I don't know push. I know covalent, that's old. Polka starter. Binance, fucking hell. Binance, Bixen, LD, Jump. They're actually pretty good. It's pretty good. And yet, really not doing that well. And it's old. It's old. It's part pumped. What is the point? The investors probably just sold at $8 or whatever. It's probably got no one's investment in it anymore. I'm going to check one more. Chirply. Because this one I have not looked at, but I've seen so many times. Seen so many people like, check out Chirply, check out Chirply. I'm imagining the market cap is wrong. 149,000 market cap with 300. Oh, that can't be right. Why would people be talking about a coin like this? 6,270. Yeah. 4,000 watch lists. Let's see what all the fuss is about then. Chirply. Chirply.ai. Oh, I have seen this. This is utter crap. Get in touch with your audience using micro and nano influencers. Target a relevant audience on social. Chubbly is the first automated peer-to-peer all-in-one influencer marketplace. The fuck? Through artificial intelligence and machine learning, influencer and marketer will be paired to perfection. Match like never before. Taylor what made us. What the fuck is this crap? No one is going to care about this. Utter shit. This is like a really, really, really high risk AI play. Basically. What the fuck? This guy's an idiot. This is by far one of the most promising projects of 2023. Real world product. I'm a marketer. I'm an influencer. I would never use this shit. So if I'm the target audience and I wouldn't like it, then who the fuck would like this crap? Honestly. Anyway. Right, okay, I think that's it, people. So thank you very much for all of your messages, and in particular, all of the super chat. And if you could be absolutely amazing to me, then could you quite literally just smash that like button? Just smash it. It animates beautiful. It goes. It's got to be worth that, right? And I shall be here of the next time. Yes, Super. Do you like Mina? Yes, I love Mina. I do love Mina. So yeah. So there we are, people. So thank you very much for joining me today and for seeing all of the various. A, my top 5 and bonus coin, and B, just a little analysis. Hopefully that helps you, A, with your own analysis, and B, with, I suppose, seeing what else is out there. That's what I like about these streams, is that you can see what else is out there, what else is a low cap. Are there any value propositions I've just never heard of? Are there any coins on certain chains that are promising that weren't even in my remit? That's what these are good for. You know, and you won't get this with any other well, you might get it with Jerry Banfield, to be fair, but you won't get it with anybody else. So yeah, keep coming back to see what else is out there, because I'm always on the hunt for new talent in terms of coins. Thank you very much, guys. If you're still here, then say goodbye and I will shout you out. Ghostbusters, Rory Terexa, SG, Ellie, Lindsay, Ochaliap, New Future Crypto, Johnny G, Messala, Sami, and Ayin Esang, H. Corolla, Second Tim 32, Making Memories, Zero Mr. Clean, Zav M, Tonya, Vicky, Burkan, Rashid, Hurricane Hicks, Orel, D. Johnny, Crypto Tainer, Assy. Thank you all very much, guys, for coming and joining and being here. Red for Danger. Good to see you. Jay Bars. Good to see you. And I'll see you next time, people. Love you lots. And yeah. Oh, by the way, like I was saying, if you would like to, I suppose, get my regular interactions, which if I'm honest with you, I'm not really interacting a lot on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Telegram, to be honest. Where my any energy goes to really is in my buy announcement Telegram. So if you want that, link is in the description for $10, and it's literally the last lecture. There's so many people who say, Suppo, I've joined your thing, but how do I get in? It's the last lecture. All right? It's just not that difficult. Anyway, yeah, and just thank you all for being here, people. I love you all. You're amazing people. And I'll see you next time. It is lights out.